Hi guys! So today we're gonna talk about how I lost weight. And one thing before we start, if you're expecting me to tell you the magic trick how to lose 10 kgs in 10 days, this is not that kind of video, and I don't support that way of losing weight at all. It all started after when I broke my leg. It was almost 3 years ago, and since then I've been managing to keep my weight the same. One thing first of all, even when I wasn't eating as healthy, I was active a lot. I was walking a lot. There would be days when I would walk for 10 to 15 kilometers or something like that, and many days per week like that. So I believe that that contributed to the weight loss. First I started working out, and then after that I started eating more healthy. How I started working out? Well, I believe it was spring summer, and I started working out. At the beginning I made like a program for myself, but that wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be. So I knew I had Kyla's bikini body guide on my computer, and I was like, why wouldn't I start with that? I know my sister did it and that it gave amazing results to her. I was like, I'm gonna start with that. So I started working out, and at the beginning it was difficult. It's not really an easy program if you're a beginner, I must admit, but more in depth about BBG, Bikini Body Guide, we're gonna talk in the next video, so I'm just gonna briefly mention some things now. So I started working out, and after a month I saw amazing results. At that time it was a perfect thing for me, because it has lots of cardio at the beginning, so you really lose weight, and that was obvious at the time. And after that I started eating more healthy. I started taking care of what I eat. Back at the time when I started that, I'm not sure if I had already cut the bread. I think I had, so I wasn't eating bread, and then I just implemented some other stuff that contributed to the weight loss. One more thing, so I'm not really a dinner person. I rarely have dinner, which is a good thing for me, and made all of this easier, because there wasn't that one thing that I kind of had to give up. Basically what I did in terms of my food, well, now I have two types of breakfast. First type is a smoothie, and I make it with water. Back then I would make it with milk occasionally, but then over the time I switched to water. And yeah, that was the first type, a smoothie, and the second type was eggs. But I would, most of the times I would have a smoothie, but there were some mornings when I would wake up and I would be like, okay, I'm craving eggs. I'm craving something salty and something heavier. So I would have eggs. And those are two types, and I'm still sticking to that even till today. Nothing's changed. Somebody would say, oh, how can you have only smoothie for breakfast? It's all in your head. It all comes to what you're used to do. I'm the person who likes lighter breakfast. I don't like having a huge meal in the morning because it slows me down and I don't feel like doing anything during the day. I would have lunch after, I don't know, 5 to 6 hours. 4, 5, 6, it depends on the day. And for lunch I would make lunch for myself, or prepare it before, or I would find a way to make it exactly how I wanted it. I would have chicken, vegetable, and sometimes I would have a cheese, like feta cheese or something like that. One more thing, I'm not saying that these are the best, the healthiest options. Probably they're not, but that was what worked for me, and in this video I'm only talking about what worked for me, so that nobody gets me wrong. So yeah, I would have something like that. For example, tomato, broccoli, cheese, and chicken. And that's it. That's my lunch. I don't have dinner, so after lunch maybe I would have, maybe in the meantime I would have an apple, an orange, some fruit or something like that. But I focused myself on eating more vegetables and more fruits. I like vegetables a lot and fruits too, so it wasn't as difficult for me. And I mean, even if it was at some periods, I had a deal with myself. I told myself, okay, you're not gonna eat chips and unhealthy anymore. That's it. It's not working for you and you're not feeling good. At the beginning of all of that, you need to have a talk with yourself first. One more thing I want to mention. I haven't given up anything. I would have, I don't know, something sweet now and then when I'm craving it, but I came to that state that I wasn't craving anything that was unhealthy, and it was the best period for me because you just feel lighter, better, you're eager to do anything, literally. You can't imagine what food does to us and for us. There's a huge difference between eating, I don't know, unhealthy and healthy. Let's just group it like that. So yeah, I haven't given up anything. I would still eat, I don't know, lunch that my mom makes sometimes when I feel like it. So yeah, I haven't given up on anything. And yeah, I would have a slice of bread occasionally when I'm craving bread. I feel like, oh, I want to eat bread. I'm gonna eat bread. But it's not gonna be 5 days in a row. For example, if one day I ate bad, not as healthy, then the next day I would be, okay, yesterday you had that wasn't right. Today you're gonna watch out a little bit more. And that was it. And I didn't find it difficult to do that. Trust me, it's all here. I read a book that says that after you start doing one thing, for example, working out is something that is great for your body, then automatically you don't even notice it, but you're gonna start eating healthier. Because the way I was looking at that is that I'm working out. Okay, I don't want to ruin that with eating cakes, chips, chocolate, and I don't know what not. And by the way, I'm not really a fan of chocolate. So yeah, because I put effort in working out, and there were days when I would struggle to make myself do it, but I would do it. So why ruining with one row of chocolate, which will give me a satisfaction for maybe 5 minutes, and after that I'm gonna forget that I had it. There's no point in doing that. So yeah, so basically after that it all went smoothly. I don't know, it was just going on and on. I had a routine. I was waking up early, having light breakfast, then I would work out and continue with my day. And I mean, it all depends. Sometimes I would work out in the afternoon, sometimes in the morning. And one more thing about that, about working out. You need to find which time of the day works the best for you. I had periods when I would work out in the evening, in the afternoon, at the noon, and in the morning. I believe that working out in the morning is the best thing, and you will be eager to do anything after that. Only if you don't fall in bed after that. If you work out, have a shower, then, oh, I just want to nap a little. Don't. That's the trick. Don't. Just continue with your day. And then later, if you really feel like you can't do it anymore, then have a nap for, I don't know, 20 minutes or half an hour. So yeah, about the cravings and about feeling hungry. Sometimes I would have days when in the evening before bed or around that time I would feel hungry and I would really feel like eating something. And then I would go in the kitchen, open the fridge and take the yogurt out and have a glass of yogurt. That way I would trick myself. I would have that glass of yogurt. I would feel full, brush my teeth and go to bed. That's it. No eating bread, cheese, some sandwich with, I don't know, 16 ingredients in it or anything. No, just a glass of yogurt and that's it. Back then I was drinking yogurt, so it was kind of easier. Now over time I've cut the dairy out. I'm not drinking milk and yogurt. I mean, it's not that I'm not drinking it. I would sometimes pour a bit of milk in my coffee if I'm having a coffee, because I'm not really a coffee person. If I don't feel like having a smoothie but I would like to have cereal, then I would have a yogurt, but that happens almost never. Rarely, really rarely. I've cut milk because of the face and everything, and in general milk is not good for you. No matter what they tell you it's not good for you. So yeah, I would have a glass of yogurt in the evening, and that's it. It requires a lot of discipline to do that. I'm not gonna fool you. There were days when you're craving everything. That's exactly when you show how mentally strong you are. That's that moment. If you give up and go have a chocolate or I don't know what, it means that you're not really on that level yet, but you can be and you will be if you stay persistent. So yeah, I did stay persistent, and I finally lost my belly, which has always been an issue for me. Not legs, not, I don't know, arms, but belly. It wasn't, I don't know how big, but it bothered me, and I never thought that I'm gonna have abs, but I'm gonna insert you some photos of before and after so you can see. So yeah, I was really satisfied. For example, last year, maybe at the end of winter, is when I was the most satisfied with my body. That time I was of course doing the BBG program, and I got to the week 10, and it's difficult. It was difficult, but it was worth it. I don't have some special tips and tricks. I have one more tip that I heard just recently, is if you have a sweet tooth and you drink coffee, for example, or tea. I drink tea in the morning and I sometimes put it in my tea, but I mostly put it in this smoothie. Take a half of teaspoon of cinnamon and put it in your coffee, morning coffee or tea or anything that you drink in the morning, and the cravings will not be as strong. The cravings for sweet. That's the trick that I heard about recently, and I'm doing it. I put cinnamon in my smoothie and that's it. I like cinnamon in general, so it's okay for me. So yeah, I don't have some special tips and tricks. Oh, do this and you're gonna lose I don't know how many kgs in blah blah blah. No, it just requires huge change of a lifestyle, a lot of discipline and a lot of will, because without that you can't do anything, literally anything. Working out isn't only beneficial for your body, like your physical appearance. It's much more than that. At least it is for me. When I work out, I feel like my whole life is sorted. I feel like I'm more disciplined, I'm more organized, I'm more willing to do other stuff that I have to do. It makes a huge change, but you really have to dedicate to it. And at the beginning it might be difficult. It depends on every individual is different, so it will be different for everyone, but I didn't find it as difficult. At the end I found that that was something that I should have done a long time ago. So the first thing you want to do is change things in here and then do everything else. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of discipline and time, yes, and will. So be sure to have all of that before even starting. I believe I shared almost everything. If I forgot something, I'm gonna share it in the next one about the BBG program. If you have any additional questions, you can DM me on Instagram, you can leave the comment down below, anything. So yeah, I think that's it. I must say that I'm not in my best shape now, but I started working on it again, and that's it. I hope I helped you. I hope maybe I made you think about doing it. Do it for yourself. If nothing else, do it for yourself. And that's it. I will see you on Sunday in the video about Kyla's BBG program. Bye!